Good morning, students. In today's class, we will study the organization of HRM. Okay, so two issues are very important while discussing organization of HRM. So, what are the two issues? One is place of HR department in the overall organizational structure, then composition of HR department itself. So, HR department in the overall organizational setup. The status of place of HR department in the overall organizational structure depends on the size of the organization. Okay, so the place of HR department in a particular organization, so it completely depends on the size, whether the size of the organization is small or whether the size of the organization is large. Okay, say suppose if the size of the organization is small, at that time there is no need of separate department to coordinate the activities relating to HR. Okay, say for example a small cloth merchant is there, okay, or a small cloth store is there. At that time there is no need of separate HR department for that particular shop. In Sirsi you can see many cloth shops. Okay, do you think so that they are having separate HR department and all to recruit people? No. Okay, why there is no need? Because we need just the salesperson in that particular shop. At that time they won't go for advertisements, they won't go for recruitment, selection, orientation. These things are not done there. Okay, why? Because the size of that particular organization is small and even the skills required also is not that much. Okay, then if the size of the organization grows, okay, if it is in the case of companies, say Reliance, Tata, Wipro, or you can take Pepsi or any other companies, okay, at that time there is a need of separate HR department. Okay, so why? Then the line managers need the assistance, specialized knowledge and advice of experts, so there is a need of separate department. So in bigger companies, in large scale industries and all, there is a need of separate HR department. Why? Because there will be huge number of people, there will be different skills required for different jobs, there will be various qualifications for various sectors. Okay, now in Tata company there are engineers working, okay, there are commerce graduates working, maybe there are also arts people working in that particular company in any of the departments. Okay, at that time matching the skills with that particular job, matching the qualification with the required job, that is a tedious task. Okay, that's why when the size of the organization grows, there is a need of separate HR department. Okay, and as the number of people in the organization grow, as the number of employees in the particular organization grow, automatically there will be some conflicts arising, there will the compensation should be paid to them, salary is to be decided. So all the functions related to HR is to be done. Okay, that is planning, selection, recruitment, everything is to be done. Okay, so that's why there is a need of separate HR department when the business is large or in the case of the companies. Okay, then the second one is the composition of HR department. So what does HR department include? So we are speaking about HR department, HR manager. Okay, so what are the activities done by the HR manager? So in the functions of the functions of HRM, we have already studied what is done in HRM and all. Okay, what are the activities performed, that is the operative functions. Okay, so everything we have studied. Okay, but now we will see how is this HR department formed. Okay, so first there will be HR executive. So when I am speaking about HR executive, it may be a director. Okay, a director of that company. So under him comes the HR manager, then HR administrative manager, then human resource development manager and industrial relation manager. Now these four managers will perform their own duties. Okay, so here the HR manager does the work of HR planning. Okay, all the activities related to HR planning, recruitment, selection is done by the HR manager. Then activities such as compensation, canteen, medical, transport, these things are been carried out by the HR administrative manager. Then human resource development manager, as the word itself says, development. Okay, so automatically what comes here? Training and development, and then performance appraisal also comes. Then industrial relation manager, that is maintaining good relations with the employees. Okay, so what does it include? It includes grievance handling, disputes handling. Okay, so whatever the relation is to be maintained, he has to maintain it with the other people also. Okay, so this is the composition of your HR department. So it depends on the size of the organization. Small scale of operation, suppose if there is huge scale of operation, that is production is in huge quantities, and what is the attitude of the management towards its employees. Okay, so here these things I have already told you, so please take a note of it. Okay, then moving on to the qualities of HR manager or essential skills of HR manager. Okay, so the job of HR manager is really a very complex activity. Okay, why it is complex? Because it is not easy to manage the human resource, it is not easy to lead the human beings. Okay, because various human beings, okay, everybody varies from one to another, so managing them is not at all a easy task. So a HR manager must have certain skills, must have certain qualities. Okay, so what is the qualities required, we'll see one by one. Okay, so before that, now this particular topic, okay, that is the qualities of HR manager, it is a case study question. Okay, so in case study they will ask you what is the quality to be pursued by the HR manager. Okay, such questions will be asked, so please don't ignore this particular topic. Okay, and by the way, whatever this explanations I have given over here, you take it for your notes purpose, but for your reference purpose, detailed notes I will give you. Okay, I will forward it in your groups, and no need to copy that particular PDF in your notebook. Okay, you just keep it for your reference purpose, but for your notes purpose, just write these points and keep it, that's sufficient. Okay, so we'll see one by one. So first one is knowledge. Okay, so he must be an expert in his own field to gain confidence and respect of his subordinates. Okay, so here what knowledge he should have? He should have the knowledge of various laws which are applicable to the organization. Okay, so here he must be an expert in his own field. That is, suppose if he is a HR manager, he should know what is the meaning, how to imply this recruitment policies, how to make the selection, then what are the various rules, what are the various theories, what are the various concepts related to human resource management and other fields. Okay, so he must have the knowledge of everything. Okay, suppose if the HR manager himself is not aware of what is happening in the HR department, at that time it's of no use. Okay, for example, suppose if a newly joined person is going to ask the HR manager, so when are you going, on what basis you are going to make my promotion. Okay, at that time the HR manager cannot say, hey, sorry, I don't know, you please come tomorrow, or maybe I'll tell you in the next month, or why are you asking now. No, he can't tell. Okay, so he should know the policies of the company. Okay, so he must know the knowledge. Now suppose if any conflicts have arisen, okay, maybe there is some conflict between the top management or between the trade unions and all, at that time he should know the laws. Okay, various laws related to that particular situation, to that particular environment. Okay, next one, intelligence. Okay, must have the competencies to perform the activities. Okay, so intelligence is nothing but the mental ability to properly understand the nature of problem existing in a situation. Okay, so he must understand the situation quickly. Okay, that is, he must be able to take the decisions properly in that situation. See, nobody likes the manager who takes late decisions. Okay, say for example, suppose a problem has arisen, and if the HR manager says we'll think about it after a month, maybe after a month that problem won't be there. Okay, so decisions taken might go right or wrong. Okay, that's secondary, but taking the decision on the right time, that is what intelligence. So he must be having the intelligence to take the right decisions. Okay, then next one, communication skills. Okay, so should have effective communication skill and ability to communicate properly, and listening ability. So this is very important. Okay, so he must be able to share his views. Okay, so he must give his ideas effectively. Suppose if there are subordinates under him, so he has to tell them properly what is the work to be done by each and every employee. So he has to communicate properly. And one more important thing over here is he has to be a careful listener. Okay, he should not only give commands. No, he should also accept. Okay, suppose if the subordinate is asking him, or if the subordinate wants to clarify something, at that time he should be a keen listener also. Okay, he should not be of the bossy nature. Okay, because today in the companies and all, the role of HR manager has totally changed. They believe in leading. Okay, employees believe in leading. Suppose if the HR manager is good leader, at that time automatically the work can be done. Okay, so he should be a careful listener also. Suppose if there are any problems and all, if the employee is not able to work properly, and if he has certain problems, and if he comes and approaches the HR manager, he has to listen to it, and he has to communicate properly to his subordinates or to the other employees. Okay, then he must be courageous in dealing with trade union, media and top management. Okay, so why here the courage is very important to deal with the trade unions. Okay, because sometimes there will be conflicts arising, sometimes there will be complaints coming from the trade union. At that time the HR manager should be bold enough to face them. Okay, then media, why he has to face the media? Maybe sometimes media has certain problems, or maybe they are saying something ill of the company. At that time he should be ready to face the media and even the top management. Okay, so he has to listen to the top management, that is he has to communicate the problems of the employees to the top management. Okay, and whatever the top management is telling, he has to communicate it to the lower level. Okay, so here communication skill is very very important. Suppose if the HR manager does not communicate properly, at that time it is really impossible for him to perform all his functions very effectively. The next one, objectivity and fairness. Okay, here he has to serve interest of both management and employees. Okay, so here he should see the good of both employees and management. Okay, that is he should not be totally belonging to the top management, that is whatever the top management is saying he has to employ. No, total formal organization, formal authority he hasn't, he should not execute it. Okay, so what he has to do, he should also go for informal. Okay, it's not like that he's scolding the employees. No, okay, he should maintain the situation, he should handle the situation in the right manner. And fairness is nothing but fair to each and every employee. There should not be any bias. Okay, he should not be partial. Okay, he should be impartial and treat everyone equally. Okay, say for example there are two employees. Okay, maybe the conflict is between the two employees and both of them have come to the HR manager. At that time the HR manager should not show favoritism. Suppose employee A and employee B, employee A is HR manager's favorite, B is not that favorite. At that time he should not show the total favoritism to A. No, okay, so that is not biased nature. So he should not be of biased nature, he should treat everybody very equally. Okay, then leadership and motivation skills. Should be a good leader and guide subordinates towards organizational goals. Okay, so to lead is to influence. He has to possess the ability to influence the employees towards the achievement of goals and targets. Okay, so whatever the organization goals are there, he has to lead the employees towards those goals. Okay, so as I told you, in the organization employees will be having their own personal goals also. Okay, so personal goals also is important, but the HR manager has to see to it that all the employees are working towards the goal of the organization. Then emotional maturity. Should not judge on the basis of past behavior, he should be rational. Okay, so it is often difficult to predict the responses of human beings. Okay, so human beings, they behave differently in different situations. Okay, so he should not have ill feelings towards an employee. Maybe today one employee, the employee has come to the HR manager with some complaints. Okay, maybe he is of arrogant nature. At that time the HR manager should not behave likewise, that is he should not scold him and all. Okay, he should not threaten him like that. Okay, so he should be emotionally mature to understand the feelings of the other person, that is the feelings of the other employee. Okay, so he should not judge on the basis of past behavior. Maybe suppose if there is cut in the salary and all, at that time the employees may be very angry and they might come to fight with the HR manager. So the HR department should not go and fight with them. Okay, so they have to make them understand. Okay, so maybe because of these reasons this thing has happened, we will see to it that it won't happen in the future. So you have to also make some corrections from your side. So you have to make him understand instead of shouting on him. Okay, and the next time whenever that employee comes, okay, you should not scold him or you should not mistreat him that last time you have done like this, so I am not going to help you. No, okay, that should not happen. So he should be emotionally mature to handle the situation. He should be a rational thinker. The next one is the empathy. Empathy is nothing but looking at events or situations from others' point of view. Okay, so the HR manager should learn to view the issues affecting employees from their perspective too. Okay, say for example, now they are paying the salary. Okay, now as we know the COVID crisis is going on. Some of the companies are thinking of removing the employees, or maybe some are thinking of giving the pink slip, or maybe some are thinking of giving half salary. Okay, so when they are going to formulate certain things, they have to think from the employee perspective also. Okay, so what might be the effect on the employees? So he should not rely on his formal authority. Okay, in dealing with the employees grievances. So he should also use his informal relationship. He should also be friendly. He should try to understand their situation also. Okay, maybe the HR manager is earning more, maybe the employees are earning less, so you should not treat them mere employees. Okay, he should try to be friendly with them. As I told you earlier also, the look of the HR manager is totally different nowadays. Okay, in companies and all, if you go, HR managers are really friendly. Okay, why? Because they follow the informal route. Okay, because whenever people are friendly, it is easy for them to make them do the work. Okay, from the subordinates. The next one is consideration. Know what is good for the employees as well as the companies. Okay, so it is the duty of the HR manager to know what is good for the employees. Okay, he should know how to motivate each and every employee. Okay, whether monetary incentives make them happy or non-monetary incentives make them happy, he should be aware of that. Okay, so what is going to make the employees happy at that time, according to their needs. Okay, according to their motivation needs, he can fulfill it. Okay, so he should consider each and every employee's needs. Okay, then even what is required for the good of the company. Okay, so how to make the company grow. Okay, so if I do, so suppose if as a HR manager, so I will look at the needs of each and every employee. So I will think, suppose if this particular person is there, okay, if I give him incentives, then what can he achieve for the company? Okay, so how can this particular team can do good for the company, that is take the company to the upper bringing states. Okay, taking the company to the higher level, taking the company towards the growth. Okay, taking the company towards the leading competition. Okay, to be the market leader. Okay, some goals will be there. So how to, here the HR manager thinks about satisfying the needs of both the company as well as the employees. Then next one, approachable and compassionate. Should have patience to listen to problems of employees and not lose temper easily. Okay, so employees must feel that they can approach the HR manager with their problems. Okay, so the HR manager should have such a good relationship with the employees that suppose if the problem arises, the employee should feel free to go and share to him. Okay, so they must feel that the HR manager will listen to their problems and will help to solve their problems. Okay, suppose okay, if employee ABC is having a problem. At that time, suppose he goes and approaches the HR manager, he should not say, no, I'm not concerned about your problems. No, okay, he should be a good person who listens to the problems of the employees and tries to find the solutions for their problems. Okay, so if the HR manager seems an approachable person, then the employees will be very pleased to go to him. Or else, suppose if he is of arrogant nature, or suppose if he is very rude enough, suppose if he insults the people, at that time the employees won't feel free to go to the HR manager whenever they have certain issues or whenever they are facing certain kind of problems. Okay, then interpersonal skills. Okay, so must be people person who likes interacting with others. Okay, so the HR manager must interact with various types of people on a daily basis. Okay, each time he comes into contact with people, he must relate to them. Okay, so he has to meet various type of people every day. Okay, maybe the managers of other departments, say marketing manager, finance manager, or maybe in the top level management, or maybe in the lower level management. So he has to communicate, he has to interact very freely. Okay, he should not be a reserved person, that is, he only talks to a few people and ignores the few. No, okay, he should talk to each and everyone, whoever is in need of him. Okay, say suppose if the finance manager wants to speak to HR manager, at that time he should feel free to keep his views and opinions. Okay, so that is your interpersonal skills. Okay, so I hope you have understood these things. Okay, if you are not understanding, then please let me know. You can WhatsApp me. Okay, so that's it for the day. Thank you.